from China is going to be going home today. And we're going to open things up on Ilios. Weibo, they are the top seed here, so it's no surprise they're going to take us to a very comfortable map. And as you mentioned, Matt, this is a first to two. So winning this control map is going to be crucial. Team CC, they need to come out of the gates swinging. If they go down hard in this first map, giving momentum to Weibo Gaming and the map win, things could be tough to bring back the series. I want to see some real fight out of Team CC. I want to see a team that believes they can do it, a team that believes they can rise to the top of Chinese Overwatch and retake that spot.
So we see the bans come through here, so it'll be Weibo getting rid of D.Va here early on, and then the Tracer getting removed from Team CC. I want to see Weibo Gaming specifically. I want to see Shy and Leave look like Shy and Leave. Like those two players, we've talked about them historically, right? They dominate these games, but it feels like we haven't seen on the international stage in a bit. It feels like, very hit or miss from them. And I even think this is like a really rough spot for Weibo, because even if you win this, it's like, all right, well, you beat Team CC, you always beat Team CC. What's next, right? You have to beat somebody else from one of the other regions.
There's a long road ahead for whoever survives this match. I mean, you're in round one of the lower bracket, facing elimination, carrying the flag for Chinese Overwatch, which has, frankly, it's been a lot better for this region in the past, right? This is a region that's looking to reclaim their place at the top. Historically, some of these Chinese squads, including a lot of the players on Weibo, were competing for the world #1 spot. They were playing in grand finals. They were playing for trophies. And now they find themselves on the brink of elimination. It is time to gather your energy, to focus up, because it could all end here as quickly as this. What a long journey they've taken to come to this point. They do not want to give it up so easily.
Yeah, and it's brutal, right? Because these two teams, obviously, from the Chinese region, they want to represent and, make it far in the tournament. One of them gets sent home packing here, finishing 9th through 12th, which is an absolutely brutal placement to go home with. So this match is huge. It also feels like if Team CC were able to win this here, like, what does that mean for Chinese Overwatch moving forward?
It's a new dawn. And honestly, I think it's a matter of time. Maybe that's a controversial take.
No, it's not.
But I think if you look at the trajectory for Team CC, even if you look at some of the matches in this tournament, like, they look pretty good against T1. And not that T1 have been...
No.
T1 also finding themselves in that lower bracket.
Yeah, it's where you can, you see this a lot in traditional sports, right? It's like some of these older players, they kind of like phase out a little bit, but then they always kind of have this like one little throwback. It's like, oh, yeah, look at Weibo. They look awesome today against CC. And then they go up against like a SSG or a GK or a TM, and like they just get blown out. I mean, that I think is where the levels are kind of being really difficult for Weibo to reach up to.
At the same time, this is going to be a comfortable match for both teams in a way. I mean, these are known quantities. They play each other constantly. I'd be willing to wager that these two teams are each other's top scrim partners.
Oh, yeah.
They're very familiar with each other's strengths and weaknesses, and that's where the mind games come in. You could be very prepared for this. Team CC should have seen this Ilios pick coming since they knew this matchup was coming yesterday, right? Like, this is completely telegraphed. You know what Weibo are going to play. That's been their weakness in the Overwatch 2 era. The question is, can Team CC exploit it? Especially with the D.Va ban coming into play on map 1. What is Billy Den going to bring out here, and how are they going to make this off-style work in the current meta?
Yeah, well, you imagine Weibo wants to play maybe some of that Winston kind of dive comps that we've always seen them go back to time and time again, but the Tracer gone as well. Gotten rid of here by Team CC. So potentially you're looking at like some type of echo pick from Leave. You think back, MVP level player. On that specific hero, Shy piloting the Ashe. There just shouldn't be a comp that is difficult for Weibo to make look successful. I'm curious what we see from CC.
It'll be a challenge for them. We saw Crazy Raccoon coming out playing some Winston on Ilios, making it look like the meta. And who else could pilot it besides Gushui? One of the greatest to ever do it on the Winston on a classic battlefield. Team CC, the DPS in particular, I think they have their work cut out for them. Winston can be a menace in this comp, and they're going to be rolling out with the Ashe Echo.
Yeah, it'll be a Wuyang for Mew as well, so a little bit more of a flex support line here for Weibo as Team CC going to bring the Lucio in, and you kind of have to when you have that Zarya, right? You've got to get some extra mobility for that hero.
Shy, a storied player on the hit scan. Can he open up this crucial match A pick would be the momentum setter. A bit of strong poke from the Lucio there. Backs him off for the moment. Neither team wants to be the one to make the mistake. No one stepping up to contest the point, notably. Both waiting for the DPS to activate. Gushue takes the first step up, already getting punished by Bilideng on the other side on that Zarya. Echo as well, taking the side angle, but Weibo are starting to get this first cap, working their way forward. Kaneki struggling to stay alive. And Gushue takes his time to step up. Bilideng once again fully back off the high ground. Shy strikes first blood, but both teams finding a bit of purchase into this fight. Still, Team CC, it's all on Bilideng now. Both supports available, trying to keep him up, but he can't dance with the Gushue.
Yeah, and it feels like maybe a little bit too defensive there from Team CC, just kind of playing a little bit further back, maybe trying to bait Weibo in, and they just do not get what they were looking for there. Everybody kind of funneling over towards that left-hand side of the point, and it's going to mow down over time, allowing Gushue to just get so much cleave.
You got to think, with this Wu Yang in the comp, he's got quite a significant amount of pressure. Team CC, with this Lucio, may need to up the pace, but far from easy to close this gap on experienced dive players for Weibo Gaming. Far away, thinking about the rush. Crucial opening ult, gonna send it towards the point, start pressuring the cap. The counter rush from Monk is in, along with that Bob. Shy, holding strong, Monk takes down Kaneki. And without that Echo, this push starting to fall flat. Team CC getting batted back at every attempt.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a later rush there from Monk and Weibo, and then also Shy using the Bob there to kind of deter CC from pushing on in. But this one so far has been all Weibo Gaming. Team CC has gotten really absolutely nothing here. Tidal Blast available. You can use it on Leave. You could use it on Gushue. A few good options here for Weibo coming up.
Team CC, they've got to find a way to close this gap. Get towards the back line. But Mew, he's getting active. He's not scared of that Zarya, willing to take these trades on the side angle. Now Team CC stepping up, and Hao-Yo-Chan, he's down! Chai takes down the Lucio. No beat into play. Kaneki wants to commit, refusing to back down. Pops this copy, but just getting absolutely crushed by the poke damage. Cannot even get close to the primal. And Gushue finds two, Leave gets the next, and this round could be over before it's even begun.
Yeah, Grab comes in here late. All the beat does not come down. First match of the day, first beat of the day, first Ajax of the day. It's Weibo Gaming. They look like a team that is undefeated against the team on the other side there. That was a beatdown.
Those are two teams that know each other well, and Weibo are saying, you've come so far, but you've not come far enough. Step aside, young ones. Getting absolutely destroyed. I mean, it doesn't get more dominant than that, frankly, Matt. Like, that is a bad sign for Team CC, that they get completely blown out of the water. This is Ilios, but they need to set the standard that they can actually compete, that they can hang in these DPS duels, and frankly, we didn't see that. One death! One death!
Some of the stage 3 games in North America, I would argue that there are more dominant performances out there, but I digress. It's, yeah, just a brutal start here for Team CC. We'll see if they decide to make any changes. It looks like nothing thus far. And look, if Weibo is allowed to play Winston in this type of comp, and you do not punish them for it, you most likely are going to get run over. So we'll see if they actually have something to fight back this time.
Well, Bilideng happy that we're in round 2 on Well. Already has that jump perk to take the high ground on the Zarya. They've also swapped over to the Freya to put a bit more pressure onto Gushue. But still, Shy and Leaf get a lot done on the DPS. And Bilideng just being kited around the map for now. Team CC struggling to close these gaps, struggling to get on top of the backline, but they're still alive. They're still kicking into this one. Weibo looking for that perspec. Shy, ooh, an inopportune time to take that reload, but Gushue takes his opportunity, cutting CC to pieces. And I mean, this is just Gushue's world. We're just living in it.
He's been above like 300 HP the entire game, right? It feels like they haven't even been able to get him below half HP, really even kind of make him sweat, as some nice heals from Mew just kind of pocketing the Winston. And Gushue just a master at traversing the map.
Far away, Bilideng, they do find a couple of kills, but with the point in control for Weibo Gaming, it's a 3-on-3 here actually for CC, but they have no sustain whatsoever. Bilideng would love to get a kill on the Echo, would love to trade this out. He does find one, and actually the flip comes in for CC. Gushue's low, taking pressure. Pineapple gets that kill, and for the first time this map, Team CC in control.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a over-aggression there from Weibo, right? Two of their players, Shy and Mew, fall early, and then Team CC able to capitalize on it. And we talked a little bit about it. Pineapple switching over to the Freya. The Freya is such a better option, especially going against some of these Winston-based compositions. Maybe he felt like you needed the Ashe in the last round, right? I know on Ruins to get a little bit of better sight lines, but the Freya here is an awesome pick, because look at that. I mean, just gets right out of the way of the Winston lead.
Yeah, and that counter pressure, look, it just sends Gouche packing. Retreats out of the fight. Team CC happy to run the clock down. Kaneki.
But that's what they need, right? They put some damage down on Gouche, and when he leaps away, there have to be players there to finish these kills off, right? So Kaneki able to connect with a few sticky bombs, also get that focusing beam down onto Gouche and finish him off. And now Team CC, this looks like a little bit of a different game.
Yeah, this feels a lot more comfortable for them. Billy Dang getting perked up on this Zarya. Huge difference maker on the character. Able to be a lot more mobile, especially on attacking, holding that forward high ground, crucial value. You've got to worry about the threat of a grab. Rush comes in for Monk just to take the space. Grab immediately onto the Kiriko, cleanses there, but it's not nearly good enough. Copy as well for Team CC, blocks this team fight win in. Gouche with the primal, but no chance really to get much done. Billy Dang is getting batted in, but there's just no way with the triple support behind him.
No, not at all. I mean, you're going to be able to kind of keep Billy Dang up with that extra Kiri out there, so 2 Kiris. And also, Team CC, you're able to hold on to both support ultimates on throughout that, and that's the rush from Weibo Gaming and Primal, so you're in a fantastic spot. Now 90% here basically on the point to close out round number 2.
Hayo-chan takes the beat. Kaneki wastes no time. Getting aggressive. This Echo has been the tip of the spear here for Team CC, a crucial performance. Leave, struggling to get purchased in the round and just popped by Billy Dang.
Now this is a brutal round number 2 here for Weibo. That is the bola shot that connects there onto Monk. And just like that, it is going to be Team CC tying it up at 1 round apiece, Jake.
Get right back into it, man.
Not as dominant as Weibo's round 1, but still a really nice answer.
Hey, you don't care about that, right?
No.
Like, get the jitters out. Round 1 is down. You're coming into round 3 with momentum, with perks online. I mean, Billy Dang on the Zarya now. I mean, think about Ilios historically has been considered a much better Winston map, and Winston, good matchup into Zarya, but honestly, this jump perk for Zarya kind of changes the game. I mean, the ability to get on top of these high grounds to contest aggressively was almost impossible previously for Zarya.
It was. It basically was, outside of, like, you know, getting a sim in position to TP. Billy Dang obviously doing a nice job in terms of the damage output.
Yeah.
Pineapple passes Shy here in that second round, so the Freya most certainly paying off. And hey, here on Lighthouse, this is a pretty good opportunity for the Zarya, right? If you have to fight in close quarters over the point, right? Getting a lot of value out of your bubbles and the damage.
Kaneki's been a hero on Echo. This stool in the sky is crucial, and they're going to be able to pass him some bubbles, making this a very awkward 1v1 for Leaf to take. For now, Pineapple poking from the flank. The team elects to go towards Cage. Kaneki opens it up again, backliner down, and he's getting the saves, getting the resources from the team. CC aren't backing down, but Leave. Big sticky connection. It's enough to shut down the enemy Echo. Now Leave dominating the skies. Finds a second. But Team CC, as you were mentioning, Matt, they make their way to the point. They get the flip. This is where Zarya is very confident.
Yeah, this is not a great fight for Gouche, right? He's getting pressured out on the side by a Freya and then has to kind of go toe-to-toe with his Zarya with both bubbles active on the point. So he has to back out here for a second, trying to take some high ground, figuring out for Weibo Gaming how they can kind of like circle around the point and collapse.
Pineapple is just outputting so much damage into this Winston comp. Gouche turns the tables on Kaneki, though, and opening up with a +1. Team CC back point, just trying to bunker down, just trying to survive. Leave, trying to find a crack in the defenses. The beam is good, and it's enough to take down Pineapple. Here he comes, piercing into that back line, and there's just not enough support in the world to survive this barrage.
Yeah, and Kaneki was actually coming off of spawn there, and I think Gouche, as soon as he kind of spots him off on his own, not in range to get a bubble or any type of healing support, and they take Kaneki out off of spawn and then just kind of collapse over the point. So Weibo Gaming kind of parlaying that late Kaneki death into a next point take. So we'll see now if Team CC on their kind of offense, so to speak here. Ooh, he put some damage down on the high ground, but that's a risky spot to go from.
Yeah, not ready to full commit with supports behind a player like Shy. Kaneki now looks to go in, gets a big connection, not enough damage, but he does take Shy off the high ground. The turn is immaculate, punishing him down, but Billy Dang with the ally bubble keeps him alive. Leave, commits with the copy, already halfway to that ground. It's gonna be a challenging fight. Gouche with the prime on the outside, the boot, hold on, he's off! Pineapple still into this fight, but Monk and Shy are doing what their tank couldn't. Leave, holding the line with Grav if he needs it. Gonna be able to clean up that Echo. And it started so well for Team CC, but in the end, it's Weibo who finish it.
I thought for a second there maybe we were going to get Kaneki end up using the dupe. He's got it when he's kind of battling Leave and decides to kind of hold on to it. Maybe can't find a great target to be able to use there. Maybe looking for Monk to try and some extra healing out there, but could not find him. As now we'll see if the Echo from
Shy
to make something happen, but that is Shy heating up from the high ground here. Very difficult to push into him on that Ashe.
No margin for error, and Weibo Gaming are sitting on a double support ult. They have every tool they need to close out this map. The cards really starting to stack up now against Team CC. You need a hero. You need Kaneki on this Echo to step up huge with the copy. Gets a bubble, steps up to Shy.
Yeah, the Tidal Blast there went on to leave, and he actually knocks down Billy Dang.
Doesn't seem to be doing enough though. No kills from it. And so now Team C getting into this fight, getting a bit more of a chance. Monk finds an opportunity to rush here off the high ground, giving himself a power position from which to hide, pumping heals into Gushui. Team CC fighting on the point. Kaneki over to the Winston. See if he's able to get on this backline. Force away Monk, but Pineapple finds first blood in the fight. Leave goes down. Billy Dunk still healthy, still strong on the point. And Pineapple takes down Gushui as well. So CC, not only do they flip, but they hold on to the grab. They hold on to the bolo shot. This is a more composed Team CC than I have seen quite some time in this matchup.
Jake, 99% on the point there for Weibo Gaming. Both support ults, and Team CC still finds a way to come out on top. A long way to go here for Team CC, but you're gonna have a huge support ult advantage here. You still have your grab, and now Pineapple with the bolo shot. So a lot of momentum going over to our underdogs.
The veterans should be starting to sweat here. New generation of Chinese players on the other side, holding down this point. If you could steal away Ilios from Weibo Gaming, you would set this tone. Shy pops the bob, burst down Hao John. He's still got something to say about this map. Billy Dang holds the point for now, but Gushui is taking this opportunity to take out the backline. Team CC struggling for life, struggling to stay alive. Faraway has so much work to do, trying to keep this backline alive. Grab, good enough to burst down this Kiriko, and Kaneki finds two. There's a fight to be had. Spawn's coming back soon. Pineapple has to delay this lead with that Zarya copy, bubbling up Gushui with the Proto Rage moved off, just barely back on the map. The beat is good. It's keeping Billy Dang up for now, but Shy has space to work with, not enough to survive from Pineapple. The Primal, just enough to get it done. Gushui and Leave comboing together as they've done time and time again. Weibo Gaming are gonna lock in Ilios, but it was way too close for comfort, Matt.
That is a nail biter of a map one, but it is Weibo Gaming barely coming out on top there, Jake. As look, I mean, they win that map number one, but it is way too close for comfort.
I got a feeling we're going map 3, Matt. I mean, if you can take Weibo that close, playing a Zarya into a Winston matchup, that's not a comfortable matchup. On Ilios, of all places, they're forcing it. You can almost get it over the line.
And you can also imagine how different the game potentially could have been if the D.Va makes it through, right? Yeah. Like when we're watching Shy up on the high ground as we take a look at some of the stats, just kind of pummel damage into you and not being able to get Kaneki into position. The defense matrix and flying up to that high ground with the D.Va, it would have been night and day. We take a look at some of our stats. The hit scan players on both sides making huge impact.
Very, very close performances. Both teams showing up, both teams really impressing me there on map 1. This Echo duel was a clear highlight. You know, honestly, both teams really playing the comp well. Lead forced to play from the edges, utilize that space created by Winston. Kaneki getting so many Zarya bubbles and really making use of them, right? Getting deep into that backline, threatening Shy, pushing him down off high grounds time and time again.
And I think there are some maps here for Team CC in the pool that they can make it really tough for Weibo Gaming coming up. So I think it's a really good sign that without the D.Va in the mix, right? Billy Dang playing the Zarya the entire time, and you still come this close against a Winston-based composition on a map where it's pretty strong. They will have to contend with Leave's Tracer, right? That most likely will kind of make it through. But there are some maps where now with Team CC, with the advantage of obviously getting the map selection in first ban, they can definitely make life really difficult here for Weibo.
And of all tournaments, right, that we've had all year and maybe even in quite a few years, Tracer hasn't looked nearly as dominant, nearly as critical. For somebody like Leave, you know, that's taking a very powerful tool and kind of dulling it just a little bit. We've seen players make it work. It's absolutely still an incredibly valuable pick, as it more or less always is at the elite level of Overwatch. But today is the day where Leave is going to have to think pretty hard about where he wants to go hero pick-wise. It's not such an obvious choice.
Right. I mean, you're looking at like Echo. We've seen some Genji come out from teams. Obviously, a lot of Symmetra here. I know at the OWCS World Finals. But that's not really kind of what Weibo wants to do. They're not a team that's going to play Sim and going to play some of these rush style of comps because you have Gushui. And when you have Gushui as your kind of main tank all the time, it's just not to his strengths to play that way.
And I got to tell you, if you ban something like the Ramatra away from Gushui, I mean, what's he going to do, right? Like that's, in this era where, okay, this patch, it seems like off-tank is so important. You need to field some of these rush styles. Ilios is really the exception. The one place we see other teams make Winston work. Weibo make it work here as well. They do get that map in the bag. There's a lot of places where I've got questions about what Weibo can field. I think there are powerful picks and bans that Team CC can deploy to go to this map 3.
Yeah, and we've seen Gushui pilot like the Diva, but I wouldn't be like worried about it if I was.
Billy Dang says, "Come on, bring it on."
Right, or Billy Dang just plays Zarya,
yeah.
and that's gonna be over quick, right? It's not like Gushui has a fantastic Zarya or some of the off tanks in his hero pool. So an opportunity here for Team CC to kind of get back into this series. So Shambali Monastery, we'll see what they decide to do in terms of bans. Maybe they ban the Ramatra here and make it like Diva Zarya.
I think the Ramatra ban would be incredibly potent. Scary thing is you do have to win back-to-back. As close as Team CC were on Ilios, you don't get any points for trying. You've got to close out those maps.
Can't ban Diva again, right?
True.
So that is a
and where
really
else
strong
even?
pick.
This whole pool. I guess you could play Winston on New Queen Street, but you're forcing it. Frankly, this is a pool. This is a meta for some of these off-tank teams, at least teams that show flexibility.
Gushui can play ball. And New Queen Street, we have seen some ball comps, and he's looked pretty good on the Wrecking Ball, so maybe that's something they would decide to pull out a little bit later in the tournament. But yeah, with Shambali Monastery coming up, we have seen this as a go-to pick for a lot of teams now at this event. I mean, you think about, Varel against Falcons, right? This is kind of where they took them, and they were able to get a win.
I think we're going to see a ton of Shambali in this tournament, especially because Escort is often a very powerful map pick. Different Escort maps are so different in the pool. And Team CC, very interesting choice. They banned the Sojourn, which doesn't protect a tank pick, right? They're going to be, losing the Zarya on Shambali,
hold on.
which is a pretty surprising loss. Maybe they feel like they can deal with the Ramatra, with the Diva as an alternate.
Does Team CC want to play Sim?
Maybe.
Have we
seen that from
No, not really. But hey, you get here to EMEA, you start to get a little Sim pilled, right?
You play a couple scrims against Twisted Minds, you're like, maybe Sim's the meta.
Hey, you see T1, right? Coming out with Sim with a Sig, their own kind of variation.
The Sojourn ban
getting rid of the Sojourn,
is a powerful tool, right? Because Sojourn, generally, Freya is pretty competitive as a strong hit scan against the Symmetra, but dropping that Disruptor shot on the TP, really painful to fight into.
Yeah, so maybe it could be a little bit of Sim action here from Team CC. The Zarya gone, feels like it's going to be now Ramatra available. But hey, let's say if Team CC, maybe it's something you've kind of had like up your sleeve, you don't mind the Zarya gone if you're going to play some Sim, right? You get Ramatra and Diva into the mix, potentially, with the Sim, and now you get the Sojourn gone on a map that Sim is actually pretty good here on Shambali Monastery, being able to kind of move around. So maybe it's a little bit of a wild card strat here, something up their sleeves for Team CC.
I got to be honest, I would have preferred the Ram ban because I think if you go into map 3, you're going to be able to get a tank protect off for Weibo. And so to not, this is a perfect map for Ramatra. I don't even think Zarya is like that great on this map. Maybe you're willing to drop it, but a Ram mirror is, I think, best case scenario for Weibo Gaming on a Team CC map pick.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think they would have No, I think Team CC is actually fine, probably playing the Ram mirror here against Weibo, although it probably is a little bit more comfortable for Weibo to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But it feels like the Zarya pick could have been a little bit more impactful. Like, let's say, we go to like a New Junk City, let's say, or something like that. You could have actually, decided to have that ban available for that one.
And for me, Matt, map 2 is such a crucial point in a series. Especially in these first twos because, well, it could be the end of the series.
Yeah, it's early here, but you're on fire today.
I'm on fire with the analysis. But
you guys hear that?
But
Game
this is
2
your most
in a
powerful
first 2.
punch back. This is, okay, you lost map 1. You have the biggest possible range of choices. You have tons of hero bans left open. You have total control of the map pool. This is where the coaches need to show their worth, need to bring us somewhere and generate a real advantage. So we'll see, is this Sojourn ban taking that out of Shy's toolkit, is it really going to limit it?
Bring out the sim. Your Team CC.
I mean, I like what you're cooking, but is this in Team CC's wheelhouse? Is it something that they can pilot? Like,
maybe not. I wouldn't have put it in T1's wheelhouse. and they piloted it.
The world is becoming sim-pilled.
Yep. And
slowly.
hey, here we go. Out the spawn. Guess what?
Cassidy what a read.
Yep. Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I was hanging out with the Team CC coach.
Love it.
No,
you're close. You and Billy Dang like this.
I mean, yeah, everybody knows me and Billy Dang go way back.
Way back.
Yeah, with me way back. This is a really interesting comp though from CC, right? That's going to potentially cause some issues for Gushue and Weibo Gaming, right? The Cassidy, very difficult to take down and kind of pump a lot of damage into a hero like a Ramatra, and then that sim makes it very difficult to kind of chase this team down.
I mean, in fairness, now Kazuya showed this is a winning formula. The question now, is the execution there? Is Team CC ready? Because Freya and Echo, you're talking about Shy and Leave on the other side. You're giving them the chance to have near free reign on this map. It's all onto Pineapple to stand up. I mean, he's going to have massive resources behind him, but he still needs to connect those shots, still needs to punish the backline.
And Alcatia and TM can make this work against very volatile comps against it, because obviously they played it, thousands of times into some of, really nasty kind of burst comps, poke comps against the sim. Don't imagine Team CC has a lot of reps playing against this.
It's a powerful tool, but how are they going to use this teleporter? For now, wise to play it pokey. I mean, this is the right way to play the sim style, right? Willing to go long into the fights, willing to poke it out, waiting for Pineapple to find his chances. But as Weibo pulls this card meter by meter, start to feel the pressure for Team CC. It's an extended fight against some of the best duelists in the world. Pineapple now steps up and takes an explosive bolt to the face. Now it's Leave up in your face on the venture, and this cart is still ticking away from you. Only 1 minute left on the clock, and Weibo had pulled this quite far. Billy Dang eats that shot, and so still a fight to be had, but Weibo in full control of this engagement. They look comfortable on the Ramatra.
Yeah, this isn't exactly the line of sight you want to be fighting it. With the Cassidy, as Kaneki uses the TP, it is very easily read there by Weibo, and they just blow them up and they come on through it.
I mean, Shy just sees that teleporter, pumps it full of explosive bolts, and you're teleporting into a very bad scenario. Gushue, Leave, they're waiting for you.
Yeah, wouldn't exactly say it's TM or Alcatia.
You need this touch.
Yeah, you
need this fight. Oh, he's looking for
the
the boop off. Hold on, Diva. She's not going to make it. Leave secures first checkpoint for his team. Wasted rush from far away, and Weibo want more.
Yes, I mean, Weibo can definitely push up here, right? Shy nearing another bola shot, just pumping so much damage into Team CC that Pineapple can't really answer in terms of these line of sights. Very long here. So they rush down, and they finally do get Shy.
All right, they're getting active. They're getting aggressive, taking some of the limiters off. Billy Ding finds Shy. Now the rest of Weibo, are they going to fight this out? Are they going to try and retreat? Mew refuses to back down, rips the beat. Counter beat is good from Halyo-chan. High Noon, good enough to burst down Leave. Takes down Mew as well, and a third on the platter.
A huge play there from Pineapple. Takes out a few, and now I wonder, so in EMEA we see a lot of close holds here on this map specifically with the sim. I wonder if Team CC feels confident enough to do that. It looks like they actually have Billy Dang in position. They might want to play quite aggressive around this corner. It looks like a few shots there, though, from Shy. Backed them up to the high ground.
Hugo's Brig, I don't think I've seen this response before. Brig is not particularly tanky when facing down a Symmetra. So we'll see how Mew navigates this. Shy taking a wide angle, putting a bit of pressure on Cart at the same time from the rest of Weibo. Team CC playing this one a little bit slower. They TP behind, making a bit of space, but not finding the opportunity to initiate. It's a disconnected play.
Now that the TP's gone, they are so out of position.
Oh, it's not good. Matt, they're bleeding out. Sim wall pop, but Gushue has done the damage. Shim is down, they're pulling Cart away. Team CC, they look uncomfortable on this comp, downright forcing it.
Jake, they took the TP, everybody, down to the low ground, and the TP was basically at 50% HP.
Oh, tech shock is huge. Lining them up, big damage into the back line. Once again, Team CC, they're alive, but at what cost? Forced away. Ram Shield cannot allow Leave to continue to pressure this part. They just cap again, Team CC. They're falling apart, Matt.
Yeah, they have flipped this constantly, where they're kind of playing from the offensive side on defense. And they have just allowed Weibo to run away with the cart. So a lot like as we get a little bit of a battle here between Monk and Kaneki as Monk gets the stop there. But this is like 2 or 3 times now where they kind of flipped the map, allowed Weibo to get insane cart progress. They win one fight after, but it's not good enough. And you can tell, Jake, they were not comfortable with that. They are going to go and play an Echo and Ramatra. Mixed it up.
I mean, coming back to a look that's much more comfortable for them, but the damage may have been done. Weibo have all the team fight ults they could hope for here. Team CC have to make a miracle happen. They need to stop this card progress. Weibo are crushing through this map on a record pace for this tournament. The rush deployed from Monk takes more space away. The card continues to roll. Team CC beaten High Noon deployed. Pineapple, a big channel. Is it enough? Just gets fast out of it. Mew is there, but Kaneki has found Shy. There's still a fight to be had. Team CC not backing down, but Billy then caught in the Ravenous Vortex. Gushui steps up again and again on this Ramatra. So comfortable here in the front line. And Weibo, they're on the verge of capping 3 minutes on the clock. Matt, Team CC falling apart, forcing a strategy that they obviously are not comfortable with. And this is would be a sad way to go out of the tournament.
I would say it is safe to assume they were not comfortable there on the sim.
I gotta tell you, Matt, as I've coached a team or two, I'd have my head on my desk right now. It wouldn't be good.
I mean, the few times they use the TP to try and like get behind, they all take it in Weibo just runs away. Like they just get rid of the TP. So now it's just horrible positioning there from Team CC, and they really give themselves no opportunity to fight out of it. Just a brutal first half from Team CC. Weibo, no, that was they were able to deal with that. I mean, with ease. I mean, they were never worried about it.
And Team CC, there's been glimmers of greatness for this squad. There's been moments where it feels like they're on the verge of turning the next page, changing the story here. Always second place here in Chinese Overwatch, but maybe steal that second for just a little bit longer, or maybe more than that. I mean, Weibo,
well, here's
kind
the
of
issue
been crushing them in this series.
Let's say they look much better with it on offense, and they're able to force some of these positions and whatnot. You gave up a 3-minute time bank here on Shambali Monastery. There's no way you're going to finish with a better time bank unless Weibo just like rolls over the entire map.
I will say the good thing is this is Escort. So, to be honest, if you just get any kind of a finish on this map, if you get capped in overtime, that could be good enough for a win. You're gonna need a big overtime push on offense, but it is still winnable. Team CC, this is the moment. Mental fortitude. They've got to be composed. They've got to be focused. TPN taking this off angle. They're a little bit disjointed on the TP, but they get through now. Taking the fight to Weibo. Gushui gives right back, gets right in there with the form. Team CC not healthy enough, and Kaneki goes down without your sim. That's all of your damage. Team CC started to crumble. Pineapple finds one, but they need more than that. They need some good trades. Billy then gets a second, and so hold on. Weibo got the first pick that fight, but we're a little bit slow to get the cleanup, and now this is turning quite good for Team CC. Remember, their spawn is right here. They're happy to take these trades.
Yeah, they have a huge advantage having that close spawn. So you will see Gushui fall, Mew fall, Monk as well. So now Team CC will get the cart rolling. But when you watch Alcatia and TM, the two best sim teams we have, one of the things that you kind of start to realize with a lot of these is like, the way that they're so successful is like rarely is like a UB or Psycho, whoever's in for TM, or Checkmate of the first death, right?
Yeah.
You allow that sim to kind of keep that utility rolling, the damage start to rolling. Kaneki cannot drop first in some of these fights because then all the benefits of the sim out the window.
Not an easy comp to pilot, and coming up to this corner, going to be a new challenge. High Noon opener for Pineapple. He's taking all this damage. TP up. Falls down, but Shy still candled on already. Moved down by the break, but Gushui Mew brawling this one out. The trades should favor Weibo on the defense. Leave Gushui fighting in these low numbers. They are very comfortable here. It's all up to Kaneki and Faraway, but it just feels impossible. Gushui, full stack HP, gonna get these cleanup kills. And the clock has run dry. I mean, this is looking pretty rough for Team CC.
And now, if you're Team CC, right, you're thinking about, like, you get one really good fight with these support ults, and if you don't win that one, you are in dire straits the rest of the map, right? Minute 52 here. Let's say this next fight, you're around like a minute 30, use both support ults, you lose that, you're below a minute, and you're in a world of trouble.
It's your last two chances here. Tournament life on the line. Team CC, you've been here so many times, and every time it's gone against you. There's that moment. Fear starts to creep into your heart, but you cannot allow it. Team CC, they're gonna rip the ults. They're gonna step up. Trading with Monk's Rush, they wait out the Kitsune Rush. A much later, stronger rush for CC. Haoyo-chan takes down Guxue. And now an opportunity for CC. They look to be capping this first point. Leave has to fall back. Beautiful flash from Pineapple, reads the movement, and that's gonna open up first checkpoint. The start that you needed for Team CC.
Yeah, I mean, they get that pick on a Shy early. It's a little bit of a better rush as well from CC, and you know, Kaneki's Sim Wall kind of splits off some of the members of Weibo Gaming, right? So not taking a ton of damage there for Team CC, and they've moved up, try and take this position. They need to make up a lot of time here, Jake.
TP wide on the high ground. Just a poke, just a prod, just looking for those opportunities. Card continues to roll. Leave, gonna open up with the tech shock here. Gets straight up into the back line, lines them up, but too much counter pressure, has to back off. Still enough damage to take down Kaneki. The team comes in, beat too late for the Lucio of Team CC. And Weibo get the fight they were hoping for. Stifling the momentum. Pineapple too scared to swing that. Knows that the team is backing up Leave on this corner. Team CC, how are they gonna rotate through this? Very low on the ultimates. They've gotta play this one perfectly. Getting too close to Guxue could be a death sentence in this next fight.
Yeah, and the timing there. Leave able to find Kaneki. No, it's gonna be a rally here for Mew as a TP. They just go right up to the high ground and they just get mowed down. I mean, everybody takes that TP, they go up to the high ground. Mew is there with a rally. Let's get a listen into Team CC, see if they can come up clutch here and extend the series.
不亮低，哎，不亮低，就是没听。我有灵狐了，他们也有灵狐。假 T2楼还是假 T2楼 A 这边吧，假 T2楼 A 这边试一下。提前走呗，3、2、1。哎，不亮！我没有铃铛了，我可以交灵狐了，等一会儿，先推车。他们灵狐快大，会大。误水晶。别推！拉百迪！我操，人家特技他倒卡呀！我操！
It's just a couple of minutes left on the clock. Team CC, the desperation starting to creep into their voices there. But this could be their best chance yet, man. Weibo Gaming completely dry in the ult bank. Team CC have a couple of powerful tools to work with. How will they choose to approach this walk-up?
They've just been so easily read, though, Jake. Like, they drop the TP, and everybody just takes it. And, you know, it's not like how we see from some of the other Sim TPs where, you know, in other teams, right, where you TP 1 or 2 players, get off angles, TP them back.
There we go.
That is Mew just standing there in the alleyway, and he gets poked down there by Kaneki. Some shots from Pineapple as well.
TP's in, but Shy punishes. Lead takes down Kaneki. And despite getting the opener onto Mew, Team CC crumbling in this fight once again. Weibo just keep cleaning it up. Way too much pressure from the off angles. The DPS doing their jobs immaculately, and Tectonic Shock, such a challenging ult to fight into, especially the way Leave is piloting this venture.
And Team CC needs to be really careful here, though. Like,
this could be it. If you tournament life.
If you TP up, you're gonna get hit with the Tectonic Shock, and Mew is gonna hit you with that stun on this rally, and it is going to be GG as Kaneki taking a ton of damage here at range from Guxue. He needs to stay up.
The poke is threatening. Leave so annoying. Stimwall deployed. It's going to get a bit of space for Team CC. Weibo can back off this. They're coming up on 5 ultimates for what could be the decisive team fight here. Team CC getting the space they need, but Weibo going to be right back into this action, choosing to fight the corner. Leave stalls for the moment. Rush comes in first. Brig extremely low, but gets that bastard. That Pineapple fighting at close range. Has to roll it out, has to find something, but can't get a single connection there. Team CC, though, they're still healthy. Billy Dang still holding the front line. That ult continuing to tick away. Weibo, the tank starts to run dry, but Guxue could be their hero. Has the final ultimate, has what could be the checkmate move. Weibo starts to step up once again. CC fully energized, Sim cooking away. You cannot lose a player here. Team CC, they have to fight this one out perfectly. Guxue still alive. Shy on the back line, looking for something. The TP turns a response, and Shy takes down Pineapple. Team CC, and maybe their final moments here in Stockholm. Weibo have done it so many times before, and here, they will do it once again.
Weibo Gaming gets a 2-0 there over Team CC. Dude, they get Guxue so low there at the end, the annihilation rolling, and they are just not able to take him down. And then insult to injury, Shy on a flank comes up with 3. Just not able to protect that back line. An interesting call there. I was like, the sim would work. You know, a lot of teams who are good at the sim probably
Should
it
have
looks
been
a bit
Ram,
different.
Matt. I'm telling you, should have been Ram.
Hey, you know, maybe they thought their sim comp was a bit better than that, but they do not pilot it well for a lot of the map, and Team CC, they just take advantage of it.
It's far from a free win, and Weibo felt so comfortable. It felt like the longer we went down the stretch, the better they were. Ilios made me a believer though, man. CC showed real fight. That was an incredibly close map on what should have been an extreme comfort zone for Weibo, but in the end, Team CC, they take a gamble, they take a big risk going for an unconventional style, and it doesn't pay off today. This time it's Weibo advancing, carrying the banner for Chinese Overwatch.
And we will see Weibo later in the day, right? We have another loser match as well. So for me, it's like, all right, you did this against Team CC, as Avril noted on the desk, undefeated against Team CC throughout the year. All right, you win this, awesome, great. You don't finish 9 through 12. Can you actually take down one of these teams from Korea, EMEA, or North America? Remains to be seen. Let's go to Danny on the stage with Gushwei to hear his thoughts.
Thanks so much, man. Yes, Danny Lim here, joined by Gushwei, coming out from a clean 2-0 victory against Team CC. Great job, fantastic job. Round of applause, everybody.
非常好的表现，恭喜今天的比赛。
Yeah. All right, Gushwei. You know, I just have to ask. I mean, you guys look really clean compared to yesterday. I feel like you guys are on a very a different level compared to yesterday. What was the game plan coming into today's match?
今天的比赛的表现呈现出比起昨天更加好、更加上一层楼的表现。那么针对今天的这场表现呢，有没有做什么特别的准备？
我觉得最主要原因就是昨天在第2张图开始之后，我们的 BP 和沟通会就比较混乱。然后昨天打完之后，我们昨晚花了很久时间去聊这个问题，准备今天。我觉得今天也会比昨天打得更好的。
I think the main problem from yesterday is the second map. We're having some chaotic communication and also some problems with the BP. And we did a lot of reviews yesterday when we come back, and we did our homework. So I think that's the key to today's success.
I want to ask another thing. I mean, you are here for the World Finals in Stockholm. How does it feel to be back in LAN environment, Gushwei? Are you excited?
那回到斯德哥尔摩总决赛这个舞台，这国际性的舞台，那现在有什么感受呢？
首先这也是我第一次来欧洲打比赛，我觉得这里是个非常漂亮的城市，而且也是第一次来这种欧洲打线下赛，我觉得体验感也非常好。
This is my first experience in Europe to do the LAN match, and I'm feeling really good. And Stockholm is a beautiful city, so I'm happy to be here.
Stockholm is definitely beautiful. Gushwei, thank you so much. Before I let you go though, one final question. You guys did knock out Team CC. Team CC, so any final words for Team CC?
最后有没有想对老朋友和老对手 Team CC 说的话？
我觉得可能对不住 CC 吧，因为在这种时候我们把 CC 淘汰掉了，我觉得还是挺对不住他们的。
I feel sorry that we kicked you guys out. Sorry for that.
Don't feel sorry. I mean, you guys are the better team. That's why they won. Everybody, give it up for Gushwei one more time.
谢谢
Thank you, everybody. Let's head back to the desk.